Today I'm reacting to small tables, coffee tables, which are actually small tables, so yes. I have my list ready, and without further ado, let's see what we have on the list. Number 10. Bell Table by Sebastian Herkner, 2012 for Classicon. I'm glad to see this one here on the list. I met Sebastian a couple of times, he's a very nice guy. I think this product is a product that actually put him on the map. He flipped traditional image of a table with a glass on the top and a solid base upside down. So this table has a glass leg and a solid tabletop. Every major brand rejected Sebastian, claiming a glass base would snap until Classicon took a risk. I'm wondering if Classicon actually has some returns. Each glass base is hand blown in Germany, so they're slightly different, slightly unique. Let's have a look in my notes. Released in 2012, it became a global design icon faster than almost any piece in modern history. Number 9. George Nakashima Coffee Table by George Nakashima, 1940s to 1980s for Nakashima Studio. I'm not sure, is this a product? I'm slightly confused. Did we change the algorithm to have also like art pieces here? I'm not sure. I have to double check this one. But clearly it's another beautiful design, very different to what I assume we will have further on in the list. Nakashima believed trees had souls and that his job as a woodworker was to give fallen trees a second life. Instead of discarding cracked wood, he stabilized splits with bow tie, making flaws famous. Nakashima invented the live edge trend, leaving natural bark and rough edges untouched, long before it was trendy. Nakashima never drew blueprints. He let the natural grain of the wood slab dictate the table's shape. No two tables are identical, of course. And I'm wondering if he did it in bigger series or if it was just a couple of tables a month, a week, a year. Clients used to bring him fallen trees from their own gardens for him to carve into family heirlooms. That's beautiful. Something I would love to have. Number 8. La Rotonda Table by Mario Bellini, 1976 for Cassina. This is such an iconic table. It's beautiful. The 3 intersecting wood legs together using complex joinery without a single screw or drop of glue. It's beautiful. I didn't know it doesn't use glue or screws. I thought it's actually all glued together. That's a reason to like it even more. Would be interesting to see the joint, how it's assembled, and I'm also wondering, does it come flat pack or is it already assembled and you just put a glass tabletop on? Sold almost exclusively with clear glass so you can look straight down at the wood joinery. The only beef I have in general with all the tables that have a glass tabletops is a slight uncomfort when you put glass on glass, and also in case of a bigger tables, if you have your hands on a glass for longer, it becomes very uncomfortable. In case of coffee tables, I think it's way more understandable and it looks beautiful. Number 7. Lazio Tables by Marcel Breuer, 1925 for Knoll. Those are such classics. It was inspired by the lightweight bent steel handlebars of Breuer Adler's bicycle. If you've seen the previous episode on lounge chairs, it's the same story as a Vasily chair. The first furniture piece in history to utilize seamless cold drawn tubular steel. So this was actually the first design that Breuer did with the bent steel. Typically used as a nested duo, one low, one high for flexible layouts, and that's great. I really like this double layout where you can slide the magazines underneath the top one. The laminate top was chosen so you could put out cigarettes or spill chemicals on it without a damage. Put out cigarettes on your table by Breuer? Who would do such a thing? Breuer wanted it cheap enough for factory workers, but steel tech in 1925 was too expensive. Luckily, it got way cheaper over time and these tables are really affordable. I think reasonably affordable. Number 6. LC10 table by Le Corbusier, Charlotte Perriand and Pierre Jarnet, 1928 for Cassina. So this is a bit of a funny one because the coffee table was launched in 1984 by Charlotte Perriand as a bit of a tribute to the original design that was actually made in 1929. It was first shown in Paris Salon in a version of tall office desk. The tubular frame was inspired by the ultra-light steel tubes used in World War I biplanes. See, a Breuer was inspired by tubes from a bicycle, Charlotte Perriand and Corbusier were inspired by World War biplanes. Official Cassina models are engraved with the designer's signature and serial number. That's a note in case you want to buy it secondhand. This is what you should look for. This list was once again made with our composite popularity index. More about it in the description. Number 5. E1027 Adjustable Side Table by Aileen Gray, 1927. Classicon and Ahrefs. Designed specifically to slide over a mattress so her sister could eat breakfast in bed without dropping crumbs. I'm wondering if she was a freak about the crumbs or she wanted to make her sister really comfortable. We had a couple of products already here with this double company being able to sell and manufacture the product. And I always wondered like, how does this setup work? So I have a couple of info here with this. Both are legit, not competitors ripping each other off. It's a licensing chain. Aileen Gray gave Aram Design London the worldwide rights to her designs back in 1973. Aram then sub-licensed manufacturing of the furniture to Classicon, that is a German company, which actually produces the pieces under quality control complete with the engraved authenticity numbers. So Classicon makes it, Aram holds the master license and also sells it directly. Kinda complicated setup, but it does make sense. Number 4. Barcelona Couch Table by Mies van der Rohe and Lily Reich, 1929, Knoll. Beautiful, simple, minimalistic, very straightforward design. Unlike Barcelona Chair that we had in the previous video, this was a matching table that was designed to be matched with Barcelona Chair, but it was designed for Villa Tugendhat, actually here in Czech Republic. The original steel legs were hand bent, hand welded, hand buffed for days until they had a zero imperfection and mirror shine. That's a commitment. The glass top is so heavy it uses zero screws or clips, it just sits freely on tiny rubber dots. Number 3. Platner Coffee Table by Warren Platner, 1966 for Knoll. I really like this one. He did also a couple of chairs and other interesting pieces with this technique. This product is somewhere between like, it's kind of minimalist and decorative at the same time. Welding the curved wire base takes over 1000 precise welds. If a single wire bends by 1 mm, it is trashed. I think it's not gonna be done by hand anymore, I assume, but maybe prove me wrong. I believe that they figure out the way, if single wire bends, that they can remove it and just put another one there so they don't have to trash it. It would be very unfortunate to trash such a beautiful table. The curved steel base was designed to imitate a tied bundle of wheat from American farms. Beautiful reference. The heavy glass top actually rests on a tiny invisible rubber ring so the glass doesn't clink against the metal. Good use of rubber rings. For its 50th anniversary in 2016, Knoll released a version plated in real 18 karat gold for a softer, warmer glow. That is insane. Number 2. Saarinen Pedestal Coffee Table by Eero Saarinen, 1957 for Knoll. This is such an iconic table. Of course it's number 2. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's number 1. This product was actually a landmark product for him because he hated legs so much. He called them ugly slump of clutter. He swore to destroy legs, and that's why this beautiful table only has one. It looks like one seamless molded plastic object, but the base is heavy cast aluminum because plastic would snap. Saarinen coated the marble tops in heavy polyester so alcohol wouldn't stain the natural stone. That's actually an interesting one, because if you have a natural marble, it stains very easily. It's very porous, and it's also quite soft material, so you can scratch it and it leaves the stains on. The polyester is so efficient that you would be able to use the foam tabletop and just coat it, and it would work in a very similar manner. Before going into production, Saarinen made his kids and his giant dog jump on the prototypes to test the tip resistance. I would love to see the pictures of this, or a video. How come there was no iPhones at that era so we could see this? This would be such an amazing behind the scenes of engineering of iconic product. What a loss. Number 1. Noguchi Coffee Table by Isamu Noguchi, 1944, for Herman Miller. This is such an icon. I would love to have this table as well. You know, usually when we get to number 1, I like to reflect what actually makes this product so special that they are at number 1. And it tends to be usually like a really inspiring product. And they do have this inspiring charisma, something extra about them. This table is no different. It's so simple, yet it possesses like a beautiful composition in its simplicity. It's such an iconic table. It's a beautiful product. Noguchi hated being called a furniture maker, insisting it was a free-form sculpture that people unfortunately put coffee on. If I would have one, I might not even put a coffee on it. I would just walk around it and stare at it every day. If you know portfolio of Noguchi, there is this sculptural beauty to all of his products, and this is just another one that hits the bullseye. The base looks like a complex puzzle, but it uses 200% identical wooden legs flipped at 90 angles. So it's identical pieces that are flipped 180 and then 90, so they create like a V shape. The heavy 19mm glass top stabilizes the base without any metal connectors or screws. And this seems to be a recipe. A lot of these tables have glass tabletops just resting on the structure. And you can get away with it with a coffee table. I don't think you would be able to get away with it with the large tables. It's a beautiful piece that definitely deserves the top spot. It's interesting list. Some of the pieces I didn't expect again. Let us know what you would like to see again. We would be very grateful if you subscribe. This is why it takes time, and I will see you in the next one. Why are they not called tea tables? Why are they called coffee tables?